Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowles Central. I'm spending some time outside today. It started out as overcast and really kind of crappy, but now it's gotten nice and sunny. Um, it's just kind of a weird juxtaposition. A nice, bright, sunny, green day, at the end of July, to what it feels like in my mind sometimes, because it's a lot harsher there, usually, to be perfectly honest with you. Uh, and perception is reality, right? And so a lot of the time, how I perceive things is kind of not so much in my control. I I have a choice to um, examine the feelings after the fact, but usually not in the grips of it. In the grips of it, it's really difficult. Anybody who's gone to therapy for mental health issues for long enough will tell you that it's the hardest thing in the world to do, to try to grab hold of some kind of emotional or um, mental nosedive that you're taking for any one reason or another. You're spinning out of control a little bit in your own mind. Stop, look around, feel your feet on the ground, all that kind of stuff. It can be the most difficult thing to do. And really, what I wanted to talk about today was creativity in the midst of some kind of mental health issue or ongoing issue, or just lately cropped up and you don't know what the hell's going on. You're trying to do your job, you're trying to create your project if you're kind of like an entrepreneur, creative person, and all of a sudden something comes along. And how do you stay creative in the midst of it? How do you stay productive in the midst of it? How do you not burn out? And you know I wish I had better answers. I don't. I just know that sometimes it's a good thing to plow yourself into work, if you're having life issues, if you're having mental health issues. Sometimes not so much. Sometimes it can actually really screw you to a wall. Uh, like, everybody's always so worried about burning out, and it happens because we are not inexhaustive well springs of creative or intellectual energy. We're just not. We need to rest. We need to recuperate. We need to rebuild, refill those batteries, those creative batteries. And you know what? To my mind, there's nothing better for that than just taking a break and just taking a relaxing siesta. Um, but that is unique to my condition a little bit, because being schizophrenic, when things blow up on me, they can really blow up, and I can really get out of joint just with my own mental processes. Like, gosh, if I had a penny for every time I have to lean over to my wife and say, is this true or am I totally crazy? Is this true or am I totally crazy? Am I smelling something that's in the house that's going to kill us? And is there someone outside who's wanting to kill us? It's always about killing us. I'm not sure why that is for me. Regardless, taking a break. Taking a break is okay sometimes. Sometimes it's okay to turn whatever you're going through into, grist for the mill, into something um, good and permanent, as permanent gets around here. These realities. Uh, I wrote a book a couple of years ago based on all the things that happened to me when I had my first psychotic break. It's a crazy book, and it was written in a crazy time, and the product of a mind that was not fully here. Uh, I was out to lunch for sure. Um, I mean, I want you to know, I studied writing. I studied genre fiction, just specifically fiction, writing genre books, science fiction, fantasy, horror, any of those things. I studied this. I got a degree in this, and I value my degree, even though I don't get an opportunity to use it as much as I would have liked, regardless. Uh, and I noticed that there was like this thing amongst these writers. It's a stereotype to say that all writers are nuts. But honestly, having spent so much time with so many of them, like we all got a few ticks here and there. We all got a few things that are a little off the beaten path, and I think that that's what enables writers to do what they do. And I think the same, in certain sense, goes for musicians and artists and just creative types. And I think I'm so keyed into talking about creativity because that's what I do. Um, I've been putting the finishing touches on a new short novel that I plan to release as soon as I am able, and it's helping this time to be productive. It's helping, and anytime that I am hurting, anytime that I am suffering, anytime that my mind is getting the better of me, I can plug into this fictional world that I've created and toy around with it. And that's kind of wonderful. Similarly, writing about events that have happened to you is a great way to exercise the demons of those events. You know what I mean? Um, so much great art has been made from trauma, from truly traumatic things, like uh, Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange, the book, the guy wrote the book because his wife suffered an assault. And so that was his way of processing it and his way of dealing with it so that he could get back to life. So that these shocking events that we have to deal with sometimes don't consume us completely and we can get back to life. And I guess that's really what it's all about. But I do want to tell you, if you're feeling burned, man, if you're feeling worn out, if you think, God, I can't do this another day, it's easier said than done for a lot of people, but might I consider don't do it for another day. Take a break. Your drive to do these things that you do in your life, they have very little to do with you. It's a drive. It's something that drives you. So you can imagine it that way and also imagine that it won't be gone. It won't leave you. Take a break. It's okay. I promise it's okay if you can. And if you can, make something of it. Do something with it. That might help too. That's all I know. I've tried both ways, and both ways have worked in their own times. I couldn't have written anything like that book just a few years prior to it because I was just so not myself. So that's the blog post for this week. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, do whatever you gotta do. We do all sorts of stuff on this channel. You wouldn't believe the craziness, so sayonara. Bye-bye.
No,
It's kind of
no.
splitting hairs. Hey, everybody. I'm not, whoa, that was gonna go weird. I could tell. So,
There's
this,
some good songs on this
yeah,
one.
this is
Oh
my
my
new.
gosh, I got some favorite ones on this one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. She helps me sell these stuff when she's around. That makes it so much easier.
Yeah, but no, seriously, it has some great ones on there. Like in God on the City, God in the
Yeah.
City.
Thanks,
Like
Kara.
I don't know the titles,
No,
unfortunately.
no, that's pretty close, though. Thanks, Kara.
Yeah, that one's great though.